Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. You know that moment when she wraps her arms around you, and for a split second, your world slows down. What you don't realize is that in the exact same moment, she's saying something her words would never dare to express. Most men have no idea what a woman is confessing when she hugs them. But if you're listening closely, if you feel the way her body speaks, you'll never see her the same again. Because a woman's hug is never just a hug. It is a coded message, a small earthquake in her emotional world. And the way she holds you reveals everything she's too afraid to say out loud. There are hugs that say, "I trust you." Hugs that whisper, "I miss you more than I can admit." And hugs that tremble with the silent fear of losing you. But most men walk through these moments powerless, blind, numb, because nobody ever taught you to translate a woman's silence. But I will. You see, when a woman hugs you, she is giving you the closest thing she has to emotional honesty. She might hide behind a smile, behind confidence, behind a joke she didn't really find funny. But when her arms go around you, her guard collapses in ways you'll never see in her words. This is where her real truth lives, pressed against your chest, resting on your shoulder, or hanging on to you like you're the only stable thing in her entire life. A woman hugs with her entire emotional system. If she holds you loosely, it means she's still observing you, still learning you, still trying to understand what you are capable of. If her hands press into your back, she's anchoring herself to you. If she squeezes a little longer than necessary, she's telling you she feels something, maybe comfort, maybe longing, maybe a softness she pretends she doesn't have. Men often think hugs are romantic gestures or friendly gestures or meaningless physical contact. But for women, it's entirely different. A woman hugs you based on what you make her feel, not what you say, not what you promise, not the image you build. She hugs you based on the emotional atmosphere your presence creates. Some women hug you because they feel safe. Some women hug you because they feel fragile. And some women, listen carefully, hug you because it's the only place they get to breathe. If she hugs you slowly, like she's soaking in the warmth of you, she is letting go of a battle she's been fighting alone. If she hugs fast but tight, she's overwhelmed by emotion she doesn't know how to control. If she buries her face into your chest, she trusts you more than she trusts anyone else in her world. And when a woman trusts you like that, her guard is down in a way she rarely allows. You might think you're just holding her, but she's revealing her deepest emotional state. Fear, longing, attraction, vulnerability, or even love. Most men chase words, but the truth is hidden here. In the softness of her arms, in the quiet between her heartbeat and yours. If you pay attention, you'll understand more about her in those 3 seconds than in 3 months of conversation. And the biggest mistake men make, they never feel her back. They never hug with presence. They never recognize what she's silently offering. But that's about to change. There's a truth most men never hear. A woman's hug is the one place where she lets her real self step out from behind the armor she wears every day. You see her confidence, her independence, her strength, yet you don't see the silent weight she carries, the worry she hides in her smile, the softness she protects like a secret. But when she hugs you, that mask falls for a moment. And what she reveals depends entirely on the way she holds you. When a woman hugs you with both arms wrapped firmly around your neck, she's telling you she wants closeness, real closeness. Not just physical warmth, but emotional gravity. She wants to be near you in a way she can't justify with words. It means you've entered her emotional territory, the place she doesn't let just anyone walk into. She may not say it, but she's saying, "Don't drift away from me." But if she hugs you around your waist, resting her head against your chest, understand this clearly. She feels safe with you. Women don't give that posture to men they don't trust. That kind of hug is vulnerability, pure, open, unfiltered. It's her body saying, "I can breathe here, I can relax here, I don't have to pretend here." That's not small, that's not random, that's not accidental. That is her heart choosing you. And then there's the lingering hug, the one that lasts a second longer than necessary. That extra second is where her truth escapes. Women don't linger unless something inside them is pulling them toward you. It could be desire, comfort, emotional attachment, or the terrifying beginning of feelings she didn't plan to develop. That pause, barely noticeable, is her body confessing what her mouth is too afraid to say. But pay attention, because not all hugs communicate softness. Some hugs reveal pain. When a woman squeezes you tightly, almost clinging, she's carrying emotional storms she doesn't know how to express. That hug isn't romance, it's survival. It's her holding on to the only moment in her day where she feels grounded. A man who understands this becomes rare, unforgettable, irreplaceable. A man who ignores it becomes just another name in her past. And then there's the quick, polite hug, the one that feels distant, almost stiff. That's not rejection, it's caution. It means she's guarding herself. Something in her past taught her to protect her heart around men. It means she's watching you carefully, studying your consistency, your energy, your intentions. She hugs you, but she's not letting herself fall yet. The way her hands move matters too. If she pats your back lightly, she's keeping emotional distance. If she presses her palms into your back, she's trying to feel closer. If her fingers curl slightly into the fabric of your shirt, she doesn't want to let go. Here's what most men miss. Women feel with their bodies before they speak with their words. A hug is her first emotional language. It's instinct. It's intuition. It's ancient. It's the one moment where everything she thinks, everything she denies, everything she secretly hopes for leaks through her touch. And the men who learn to understand this, they stop guessing. They stop doubting. They start seeing women not through logic, but through emotional truth. A woman might lie with her words, but she never lies with her hug. There's something else you need to understand about a woman's hug. Something most men never recognize until it's too late. A hug is not just emotion, it's timing. A woman hugs you differently depending on where she is in her emotional journey with you. And if you learn to read those shifts, you'll understand her in ways she may never be able to understand herself. When a woman hugs you early on, before anything serious has formed, she's testing the emotional chemistry, not physical attraction, emotional resonance. She wants to know if your presence calms her or disrupts her, if being close to you feels natural or forced, if her body relaxes or tenses. She's reading your energy as deeply as you're reading her touch. That first hug is her private assessment. Do I feel safe with him? Do I feel feminine with him? Do I feel something I didn't expect? And trust me, when a woman feels that unexpected softness, she will never forget it. Women remember how men make them feel physically and emotionally long before they remember what men say. As feelings grow, her hugs change too. They become warmer, more intentional, more revealing. She begins to hug you with both arms, shoulders relaxed, her chest touching yours. That's not random affection. That's emotional comfort. That's her body telling you, I feel held by your presence, not just your arms. Most men miss this shift because they're distracted by desire. But her hug is telling you something deeper. She is letting you in. But then, there's the dangerous shift. The hug that feels different. Not colder, not distant, just uncertain. When a woman's feelings become confusing, when she's afraid of losing control of her emotions, she will still hug you, but her body will hesitate. She might hold you shorter than usual. She might not press against you the same way. Her arms may not wrap around you as tightly. That isn't disinterest, it's fear. It's her realizing that you matter more than she expected. It's her trying to protect herself before she falls too deeply. This is where most men panic. They think she's pulling away. They think she's losing interest. But in reality, she's fighting herself, not you. And if you react emotionally or anxiously, you confirm her fear. But if you remain calm, steady, grounded, you become the emotional anchor she didn't know she needed. And then there's the hug that every man secretly hopes for. The hug where she melts into you, slowly, fully, completely. This is the moment a woman surrenders her emotional guard. Her breathing slows, her body softens. Her arms don't just wrap around you. They trust you. She isn't hugging you because she wants to feel good. She's hugging you because you feel like home. Women don't give this hug to men they're unsure about. They don't give it to men they want temporarily. They give it to men they feel connected to. Men who make them feel seen. Men who make them feel safe in their softness. But there's a final truth, one that's painful but necessary. A woman's hug can also reveal when she's drifting away, when she starts hugging you without warmth, without body contact, without the emotional presence she once had. That's her heart slowly closing. It means something is hurting her. Something is missing. Something inside her feels unheld. If you learn to see this early, you can save the connection before it fractures. A hug is never silent. Her arms speak. Her breath speaks. Her hesitation speaks. You just have to listen. There's a part of a woman's hug that most men overlook, the emotional memory hidden inside it. Because when a woman hugs you, she's not just reacting to the moment, she's responding to her past. Every person who held her, every person who hurt her, every moment she felt safe, and every moment she felt abandoned. Her body remembers what her mind tries to forget, and that memory shapes the way she holds you. Some women hug gently because they grew up in homes where affection was rare. They're not distant, they're cautious. They're learning intimacy slowly, like someone warming their hands by a fire for the first time. A man who pushes too fast loses them. A man who embraces their pace wins their heart. Other women hug tightly because life taught them to cling. They've carried themselves for so long that when someone finally gives them a moment of safety, they hold on to it like oxygen. That tight grip isn't neediness, it's relief. It means, I finally feel safe enough to stop pretending I'm strong. A man who recognizes this becomes unforgettable. Then there are women who hug lightly with one arm, almost playful. But don't be fooled. That playfulness is a shield. Women often hide vulnerability behind teasing, jokes, or casual touches. That one-arm hug is her way of saying, I want closeness, but I'm scared to show it first. If you respond with steadiness, her next hug will be deeper, and you've probably felt the hug that feels warm but quick, as if she didn't want to prolong the moment. That's the hug of restraint. It means she feels something, but she's controlling it. Maybe she's worried you'll take her emotions for granted. Maybe she's trying to protect her heart. Maybe she's afraid you won't feel the same. That hug is a battle between desire and discipline. But the most powerful hug of all is the still hug. The one where she doesn't move, she doesn't squeeze, she doesn't sway. She just stays there, breathing slowly, resting against you as if she found a quiet place in a loud world. That silence, that stillness, that softness is her deepest confession. Women don't go still in the arms of men they don't trust. They go still when they feel understood, protected, valued, seen. That moment means something powerful. She feels safe enough to stop performing. And yet, there's another truth you must face. Some hugs are a cry for help. When a woman hugs you longer than usual, or with a tension in her shoulders she doesn't acknowledge, she's carrying emotional weight she's not telling you about. Women often apologize for their feelings, hold them back, or try to handle them alone. But her hug will always betray the truth. If she holds you like she's afraid of losing you, don't ignore it. Something inside her feels shaky. A woman may not tell you she's hurting. She may not tell you she's scared. She may not tell you she feels alone. But when she hugs you differently, longer, tighter, quieter, her heart is revealing what her words are too proud or too afraid to express. The hug is the doorway into her emotional world. And if you want to be a man who truly understands women, stop listening to what they say in public and start listening to what they confess in your arms. There's one final truth about a woman's hug. The truth that separates ordinary men from the men she never forgets. Because when a woman hugs you, she isn't just expressing emotion. She's measuring yours. She's feeling who you are when words fall away, when performance disappears, when ego goes silent. She's reading the quiet version of you, the version you don't show the world. A woman can tell in seconds if your hug is real or empty, if you're present or distracted, if you're confident or insecure, if you're holding her or just letting her hang from your shoulders. And believe me, she feels everything. She feels the hesitation in your grip. She feels the distance in your breath. She feels the uncertainty you try to hide. A hug exposes a man more than it exposes a woman. When you hug her with calm strength, not too tight, not too loose, just secure, she feels your emotional stability. She feels a man who's centered, a man who doesn't need her validation, but welcomes her closeness. That kind of man draws a woman in naturally, not by force, by energy. But when you hug her with tension, gripping too hard, squeezing like you're afraid she'll disappear, she feels that too. She feels the fear beneath the affection, the insecurity beneath the desire. Women fear a man who clings. They trust a man who holds. And then there's the hug where you barely touch her, where your hands float instead of settle. That tells her you're unsure, disconnected, or not fully present. Even if you're attracted to her, she reads your uncertainty as emotional distance. She walks away from men who don't show their warmth. But if you want to know the secret, the hug that affects a woman the most, it's the one where you hold her with confidence, but allow her to soften into you. You don't rush it. You don't turn it into something else. You don't overthink it. You simply become a grounding force, calm, steady, slow. That kind of presence hits a woman's heart in a way she tries to hide. It tells her, this man is safe. This man is strong without controlling. This man sees me without demanding anything. And here's what she'll never tell you. Women fall for how a man makes them feel physically safe and emotionally understood at the same time. A hug is the only place where those two worlds collide. When you hold her with strength and stillness, she feels seen. She feels valued. She feels chosen. That feeling is addictive to a woman. That feeling is rare. But there's something even deeper. A woman's hug reveals the entire emotional state of your relationship. If her hugs grow warmer, longer and softer, she's opening up. If they grow shorter and cooler, something inside her is pulling away. A man who pays attention becomes emotionally intelligent. A man who ignores it becomes confused when she eventually leaves. Her hug is the earliest warning sign,